Well, first of all, I don't know how this worked out, but it seems like you guys are kind of the unofficial welcoming committee, whether it was Liberty this weekend, Sam Houston, your first four opponents right out of the chute,
yeah,
or the four newcomers. Here, Sam Houston comes in Wednesday night. This challenge of facing a team that obviously you guys have not seen in a long time, if ever, and getting to kind of come back at home.
yeah. We're excited that one, we get to play back at home. Liberty's a great team, tough to beat on their home floor. It's in some ways it's conference play, but it's also a continuation of non-conference play because these are all new opponents to us. But we've done a pretty good job of staying locked in, staying ready, keep getting prepared. We always talk about keep chopping wood, keep getting ready for that next matchup.
You're starting to reach the point of the year where teams are starting to be more consistent with whether it's like breaks are gone or tournaments are done. Is it nice to have that rhythm finally building up in conference play and just do that?
We talked about that even on the bus ride home from Liberty. We talked about that we got 2 days and to get ready for Liberty, and to get ready for Sam Houston, and then we turn around and we got 2 days to go to Jacksonville. And so we talked about that kind of mental preparation and that kind of getting ready for those. But we've done this. We also talked about how we've done that throughout our non-conference play with the trip to Florida, the trip to Missouri, and playing the series of games and having to turn around quickly. So we've done this, but we're trying to apply that and make that purposeful while we're in conference play.
Destiny, you guys had another big comeback in that Liberty game. What's it kind of speak? I mean, this is the team that's done this the last couple of years. But what's it kind of speak for the moxie of this team to be able to consistently find ways, even when it's big deficits like that? But then on the other hand, as a player, how do you guys maybe kind of try to figure out a way to, okay, let's not dig ourselves these holes all the time?
I think it's not more so of us wanting to be in that hole. I think it just so happened that our shots weren't falling that game. But I think whenever we do get in that, when we lay that egg and we're far and down, we never look at the score. We never look at the time. We just always get in that huddle and we tell each other, all right, let's go. Now we got to get these stops. Now we got to go score, and now we got to do this. So I feel like we never really look at the score. We never get down about it. No matter how many points we're down, we always say, all right, let's go. Now we have to put our feet on the pedal and we have to go. So
I think 3 of the next 4 are at home for you guys too. How nice is it to kind of maybe get into a little rhythm as a player, get a little bit of a stretch of action of some home games after a pretty long stretch without any home games?
it feels good to be able to come home and play on our rims, play in front of our fans and our family. I think we can get in a good rhythm with our shots and see them fall and go through before we have to travel again. So I think that's pretty good as well.
Another thing I saw from Liberty, and you've talked about all yours, is you're continuing to look at that growth in the paint. I know Odie's not here today, but their 6'6" girl, you guys, I think she had 5, maybe 6 shots total in the game. You guys did a really good job of taking her out, and Odie was a big part of that.
She was. Yeah, Odie.
How nice is that to see that big step forward as you talked about, you needing that presence in the paint to be able to kind of do the things you want to. And that was a big challenge that was passed there Saturday.
That's been a big area where we've tried to improve. Odie was huge inside. She got her hands on a lot of balls. She was unpredictable, and that made it tough, I think, for Smoota to know where she was all the time. And so, and then she did a good job on the boards. And then Caitlin Staley came in and gave us good minutes as well inside. And so that, as a freshman, Jalen Brill didn't do anything wrong. It was just we needed that physical size in that matchup. I think they done it, but it was really a team effort. We put a lot of pressure in the backcourt, trying to make sure that they had to work to get that ball down to Bella, and Odie that was her part, that was her role, that was her job. But I think everybody else did a great job of keeping pressure on the guards throughout the game.
What have you kind of seen on film from Sam Houston?
Oh, they're aggressive. They forced more turnovers than we do, and so they're going to get after us. They're going to press. They're going to be disruptive. We've got to be strong with the ball, and they're a great rebounding team. They'll go after a lot of offensive rebounds, get a lot of second chance opportunities, and so again, that's something that we've been hammering on and working on, and so we've got to do a great job on the defensive boards against them. We've got to take care of the ball, and then we'll have to do a good job on our end guarding them, applying our pressure.
This is kind of one of those weeks where, I guess Jacksonville State's not, it could be worse, you could be going somewhere else, but kind of one of those split weeks. I know it's kind of the unfortunate part of scheduling the conference and stuff, but it does kind of feel like, you know, you were playing and then you got to turn right back around and get on the road. Kind of makes for a tough week, maybe legs-wise and travel-wise.
We've faced a few trips like this already in non-conference. We've had some short turnarounds. We've had a stretch where we played Abilene Christian here, had to get on and travel the next day, and then we had to play Nevada the next day and Missouri State the next day. And so we've done this a few times to try to prepare ourselves mentally and physically. We've got aches and pains like every team. We've got some sickness. We've got all that stuff that we're kind of working through as well. But you know, I like the resiliency. I like the fight in this team. I like how they come to practice and they compete. So I think that we'll be fine. We'll be ready to compete.
Coach, I know you talk a lot about rebounding, but for example, in that Liberty game, getting down by 15, I mean, you all, I think at one point went from 2 steals in the game to 10+ steals in the game very, very quickly, enforcing those turnovers. And in that scenario, you don't necessarily have to worry about those defensive rebounds if you keep getting the ball back. So just the emphasis, I guess, on just never giving up on the ball and
That's it.
always having girls that are going after the ball.
You're exactly right. That's the key. It's like we keep focusing and working on rebounding because we have to. And that's an integral part of the game. But I also know that that's a big challenge. Yeah, I even see Destiny boxing out, but if you're 6'6", she can still get the ball before she can get the ball. And so there's some times that it's just not physically possible for us to. So how do we make up for that? Well, we find other ways to get the ball, and that's exactly what you're talking about. So we're trying to even that playing field, level that playing field a little bit so that we can just get more possessions. And so we didn't do a good job the first half at Liberty of really actually pursuing the offensive rebound, but we even did a good job applying defensive pressure. And so the second half, felt like once we kind of got rolling a little bit and we could disrupt them some, that gave us a little bit of energy, and that really led. And if we hit some shots, then the doors fly open. And so that we've got to do other things than just rebound. It doesn't mean we can ignore the fact that we've got to do a good job of preventing offensive rebounds. That's what we're really trying to make sure we do. Feel better?
Yes.
Since you just came in here, you know, kind of something I was saying with Destin here earlier. You guys come from 15 down. You were part of last year, a lot of those comebacks. It's safe for this team that you guys continue to find ways to, you know, stick with it and ultimately, you know, get a big road win like that over the conference.
Yeah, I feel like being 15 down, none of us really thought that we were out of the game the whole time. So having that mindset, just going in, bringing it back, getting a stop, getting a score. So that's kind of what our whole game plan was, just keep with that and then tie the game up and then take the lead. So, yeah.
Josie, watching you, you're just very physical and bring a lot of energy to the floor. I mean, we see you flying, trying to save balls from going out of bounds all the time. Just as a player itself, what does it say about you? I mean, obviously, you never give up on the ball no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, when I get in there, get that chance, just try to do the little things that will help us. So I'm not going to be the biggest person out there, so got to be the fastest. So just doing those little things help me in my game and help the team.
Destiny, for you, I mean, coming in these last about 5 games, I mean, you've made a really big impact to this team. How are you looking to do that moving forward?
Just continue to do what I'm allowed to do. Like, my teammates believe in me, my coaches, they trust and believe in me, and whatever the game give me, that's what I take. You know, I'm not trying to go out there and force anything. I'm just doing what I can to help my team, and if that's whatever the staff say that night, then that's just what it is, and I'm just happy that we got the win.
Anything else?
Thank you, guys. We've got